All right, it is the third map on the cards. Bravado playing from behind, a 2-map deficit. A mountain to climb, Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest, if you will.
Seen a few reverse sweeps in my life, Tools, most of them watching a cricket match, but today it's going to have to be Bravado here in the best of 5. If they're going to win this, it's going to have to be through the most difficult path possible. Down 0-2 to win 3-2. Right now, though, it's the pistol round live. A lot of aggression in towards the middle, and Bravado fighting fire with fire. Look at Wipeout go. That's a Wipeout right there.
Fight them up front. Stand tall, stay strong. Confront the bullies. Let them know they're here to play. Beautifully anticipated, and that's rehearsed. That's what they were expecting. And they dealt with it accordingly.
Remember yesterday in the pistol round, Bravado stacked 3 players on that B bomb site, and that's exactly where 15AvgGang executed. This time they changed up the stack, same result.
Seems like they're in their heads in the pistol rounds, rent-free. Early grenades going towards being bombarded with utility, clearing it out. It's a carpet bomb, Molotov to slow them down even further, and all assault. Lots of utility expended for control.
Yeah. Just for anyone who doesn't know, Inferno up now, Mirage, the next map of the grand final after this will be the decider of Overpass if we go the distance. The exact same 3 maps in the exact same order that we had yesterday in their matchup.
No smokes left. It'll be at a hard entry regardless what site they end up on. 2 players on that A site. Could come back to bite them. It's slowing in the corner, finds the first, traded out instantly by Dodu. It's Wipeout to reposition into Mini, but already towards the B site. It's a CT spawn battle transpiring. Dodu gets another trade, but is it going to be enough? 8 HP and 27. This is up in the air. Will Dotty pull off the heroics? Will Dotty break the hearts of South Africa?
A lot of information being found right now. Dotty back and forth. Walls closing in on him, Tools. Time running out as well. Low HP. Does this mean this is somewhat doable, but gonna have to require some heroics, and actually he's been able to just take some extra time and split the Bravado players up. They're scared he might have rotated.
He's literally weaving in between the cracks and the grooves, moving in towards the site, then finds the first, and oh no, this is detrimental. Gets the bomb down, that's extra cash. They already achieved their objectives in this round with getting that bomb down. Icing on the top would just be this clutch. Daru needs to make the right guess. It's a gamble at the end of the day how he's moving in, and Dotty, a superior position that he is in. It's all about who has the awareness, who guesses right, puts the tap in the bomb, and that's the signal to alert the reaction. And Dotty,
oh my God,
man, silent as ever, played this clutch to perfection, textbook. This is a tutorial on how to clutch a 2 versus 1. He cut noise, he caused confusion, caused misinformation rather. And the fist pump celebrates God coming up. I saw an Algerian flag out on the stage, out on the floor. So the support is there, outnumbered, of course, by the South African supporters. Of course, by the BVD fans, but is that enough juice, Mass?
Well, I
is
mean,
that help them?
Hasn't proven to be enough in the past 2 maps, Tools. What a big clutch coming through from Dotty. 1v3, if I'm not mistaken. They're huge effort, and he had very low health in and amongst those fights as well. Puts 15AvgGang back in the driver's seat as they look to try and breach in towards this B bomb side. This was a fortress the last time they played Bravado. Blaze and Doru proved to almost be impenetrable. It's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange to start this round off. But
Slowly.
oh my God, are you kidding me?
That sucks.
How on earth does Rizo get that kill jumping around, spraying through the smoke?
Yeah. One by one, they start to fall. Doru just has a USP with body armor. What can he do against this? Is it going to be enough? And I almost feel he needs to be saving that armor. Viljon there for the support. They're able to recover an MP9 and a MAC-10, and they'll be looking to take that into the next round. They have armor as well, which will aid them in their cause.
So when these two teams played against each other yesterday, it was 16-4 on Inferno. Bravado had started on the CT side then as well. And it was actually 15AvgGang who picked Inferno yesterday. And they've picked it here as the third map in the grand final. So it's obviously a map that they have a lot of confidence on, Tools.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, the CT side depends a lot on their success. If they're able to get that money going, Bravado, get it strong for their affordability on the double orbs, that's been the successful factor. We keep harping on it, but most of the CT sides that have won is because of Soy and Bulls on that AWP, opening it up and allowing the rest of the riflers to clean up. They need to make a statement here. They can't just win this map narrowly, because that's not enough to convince me.
Not sure that they really mind how it comes right now. Tools, a win is what they want and what they need.
You take everything you can get at this
Yeah,
point.
they won't be too concerned about how they get across the line as long as they do.
Yeah.
Not going to be in this round though, that's for sure. Hard eco. And like I was saying, it was the B bomb site that was an immovable object the last time they played against Bravado on this map. Doru and Blaze were insane.
No way! Everybody was blind and he still managed to mid-egg pick up that frag, so he goes through the smoke, he can't find anything. And it's down to Vilj. I mean, if anything, he needs to be getting some MP9 frags here. Let them close, because they are going to overexpend, as one does when feeling confident. Whoops out the deagle, baits them in closer, whoops out that MP9, and yeah, well played. He's going to get nice and close. There we go, the first with MP9. This is cash. If he can get more frags, he'll be able to reinvest and buy Slowy and AWP, or buy one of his own. And no, not like this, Doddy. Don't do it to him.
This is okay.
Eventually
he realizes there's just too much going on right now.
That's an honorable death.
Yeah, locks in the kill.
He's so blind and he finds two. Oh, it was his boy.
It was his homie. That makes more sense, yeah. Ruskov in a great position. Considered the star player for 15AvgGang, but Tools, you mentioned it backstage. All 5 of these players on 15AvgGang are so good mechanically.
Yeah, it almost feels like everyone in Bravado needs to be playing at the same level, if not higher. Their peaks need to match the Algerian peaks. Not in terms of the game itself, it's just that how they're moving around, the meta, the mechanics, everything involved has to be on par.
And if there are any gaps in terms of the firepower, they need to bridge those gaps with teamwork, synergy, relationships, the tactical edge.
Generally, that's what it comes down to.
Not much tactics in this round, Tools.
Now the classic good old age. Bulk pop flash comes out. RZA surprises Slowy. Viljon goes down the last defender. Wipe out the B side, the A side, excuse me, has fallen once more. It's the first gun run on the board, and remember, this is a CT-sided map. You're supposed to have the advantage. You're supposed to be collecting more rounds than less.
I mean, that couldn't have worked out better for 15AvgGang, and we don't normally see those types of executes unless you don't really have much going for you in the round as the T side. They employ that tactic intentionally. 4 players grouped up in apps, util over the top, great support flashes, 3 kills for the price of 1, and they're denying the CT saving their guns as well. This is a massive round coming through from the T side, Tools.
I was about to say, if Blaze had a kit there, could be a good old Ninja, but no, even a Dozia wouldn't have helped.
The problem here is they're even going to keep 4 players alive, and that was a bonus round for them. Bravado won the pistol, but since then, nothing from their camp.
End of the day, the point of being on the CT side is you win the first gun round, you lose one, you win the next gun round. The point is you're not supposed to be playing against every round with weapons on the attacking side. You make that harder for yourselves. That's the point of the economy. That's why you want to be limiting it. Getting 3 kills per round at bare minimum. Yep. Sort of helps you in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. So important to keep that economic game in check. Otherwise, you just end up having to play against force buy after force buy. Even when you're winning rounds, that round loss bonus starts to come into the equation. Ryzo just continues to find himself at the right time, at the right place. Is going to be an easy cleanup for 15AvgGang. You did say 2 kills was the objective. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case here, Tools.
2 rounds back, Slowy gets killed through a smoke, so you can't do anything. This round he gets spammed through apps, so you can't do anything. That must be extremely frustrating as a player.
Yeah, true. Especially for somebody who's used to being the player who does that, not the player who's on the receiving end.
Those are my moves, is what he's saying.
Yeah. 5-1. And that's already more rounds than they found when they played them yesterday on this map tool, so indicates that there's definitely a change up here from 15AvgGang.
Achievement unlocked. Wipeout goes down to the bomb, and yeah, frustration in the faces of the boys in blue, the South Africans, looking to overcome their trials and tribulations.
They have to keep their heads up though, Tools. Can't afford to let their heads drop here. They're still alive, they're still kicking, they're still in the server. And that means they still have a chance. You always have to believe. As soon as you give up, then it doesn't matter what the score is, you've lost the game at that point.
Yeah. The never give up attitude is all important, and I'm sure they know this themselves.
Not just in life, or not just in Counter-Strike, but in life in general.
Yeah. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
If you're still breathing, you're still alive, you still have a chance, and they're still breathing in the server, Tools. 5-1 though. Normally I wouldn't be too concerned about the scoreline, but when you keep in mind the fact that they've lost the 2 maps before this, it's some concerning signs.
We need the bravado that overcame 15AvgGang yesterday. They were able to clinch over that win, 2-1. And this is what I'm talking about. They brute forced their way through brackets, uncontested. Although they took a lot of utility damage, they've established that control. So looking at the HPs, you almost want to say or think bravado have this round in the bag. But looking at the past 2 maps, never say never when 15AvgGang are involved.
Bit of a slower paced round coming through from them. They've taken a lot of utility damage here off the bat.
Just forfeited brackets control to double back to B, so protocol is there. No flashbang as per usual. Bombing down out first. It's Blaze, it's Slowy with the left-right hook.
There we go. Great start to the round. Not overextending, but controlling important parts of the map. And it's looking like it might even be a flawless one here to ignite their fight back.
All right. This is a good way to start off your successful campaign and stringing rounds together. Labracore is going to honor the wishes of bravado and bow down and concede the round. Beautiful from bravado, all 5 players. Like you mentioned, that's going to help the economy moving forward.
Yeah, speaking of economy, I think LambdaCore should actually be going for this, not because there's any chance for him to win the round, but even if he gets 2 kills, that's going to be significant economic damage, and he's packing cash right now.
Smuggling them dollars. He's got it all. You can reinvest for the next couple of, I think, 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Looking at, because even if you consecutively lose rounds, that's the loss bonus. So
yeah.
Again, what we mentioned about 4 rounds back, every round is a gun round BVD are up against, I'd say, in this half.
Yeah, you're right. They've already accrued enough money in the bank for Bravado Gaming. Put a second on the board. They snapped the sequence of 5 and look to try and construct one of their own.
They're shaking it off, and it was all due to the utility damage bravado threw at them in brackets.
Yes.
That softened them up for that banana defense.
Yeah, those A1S kills made it a lot easier for Blaze at the end of the day.
And that's why I mentioned this is a map that should be favoring bravado. Even now in banana, they should be battering them. Blaze up to the task, gets a beautiful spray transfer, and that's the highlight plays we see on the tubes.
Wonderful kills, 15AvgGang, looking for that brute force approach at the start of the round here. And that's exactly how we saw Blaze deal with it yesterday. And I like this option from him as well, just locking in his profits, taking them to the bank. Don't need to contest map control when you have a 5v3.
Facts. As they edge ever so closely to this B side, the utility is there, no flashbang, so it has to be a dry peek. Daru holding utility. Not a big fan of this, but let's see how it pans out. Blaze being spotted out, low HP, then isolates Daru, finds one, needs to pivot, dance around the pillars, drops down that smoke for extra support and cover. Will it be enough? The rotation needs to come in, the flash, the trajectory is there. It's not good enough, but Daru stands tall. He's holding it good!
Beautiful defense coming through there from Doru. Locking it down, able to stay alive as long as he could, and rotations came through. He even gets the kills as well. There's that transfer from Blaze. I mean, he set the server alight so far in his grand final.
That was a copy-paste spray transfer we saw from Razia on Vertigo. So I said, mechanically, one-on-one, they have to match each other in skill and mechanics, and Blaze is stepping up to the task.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's top fragged on the previous 2 maps here for Bravado. everybody seems to be chipping in now for the Blue Stars. As their defense is taking some shape in these past few rounds now, Tools.
100%, and every player needs to chip in for a successful party. Somebody needs to bring the cool drinks, the chips, the music. We all need to add value, otherwise it becomes a trash party. But BVD is stepping it up. They got the neon lights there, bright as ever. Like I said, this has to be their map. This is their last opportunity. It's now or never.
Yeah, we're going to be saying that for a while, Tools, because they have fallen behind the game in a big way here. Remember, they played in the finals at Comic-Con Africa. That was against Nixa. They went down 2-0 in that final. They then destroyed on Mirage, the third map, exactly the same as this, losing the first two into the third. As I said, they destroyed Nixa in the third, and then they lost the fourth to lose the finals 3-1, excuse me. So they've proven before that even though they go down 0-2 in a final, they can still fight back.
They just need to tap into that belief once more.
A lot of flashbangs. You can see Blaze living in their head rent-free right now.
I'm pretty sure they're rushing me. They're rushing me. No, JK. I'll slow down the pace, Molotov, to ensure that. But they've played up majority of the utility on the defending side. It's just a Molotov and a smoke on Slowy, but he's sitting towards that A side. So Blaze looking to play retake on that B side, sitting near Coffins, which is a good way theoretically to play the game, but decided to split the 2-2 defense, bracket control, established. That's the early warning signals. That's going to notify them that they're near the vicinity. But 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, this is quite an elaborate strategy coming through from 15AvgGang. Multiple fakes so far being employed. A lot of presence shown. But actually looks like they've made some really good moves so far. It's only Blaze who's on the side of the map, and he's about to have some visitors on his doorstep. Unwelcomed at that. And he wants to send them back from whence they came.
No CT smoke. That was a bit scary if there was a play over there, but like you've mentioned, that's going to just cause some caution for the rotating players coming in, and Blaze, good spam. That's enough to the A1 to deliver one headshot, and it's Slowy coming in with that AWP. He's going to be holding all those long angles. Good two-prong retake coming in, Banana, and from the CT side, 3 versus 4. Vulgent makes it a 2 versus 4. This is looking good for the Blue Star. They need to convert this breakdown. Dotty, unbelievable double headshot coming in. Slowy running in anticipation, whoops out the Sheriff, holds it. Vulgent, he needs to be the guardian angel. He gets off the bomb. Vulgent gets a second. Guardian of the Galaxy, Vulgent. We spoke about how his impact was pivotal to BVD's success yesterday, and it needs to be the case once more today.
Yeah, beautiful cover. Great information. Obviously, Dotty gets the double kill, but then BVD know both of the remaining players are towards the back of Coffins. Slowy gets on the defuse. He sticks it. Vulge to give that cover after he gets the first. Slowy got off the defuse. I was a little bit concerned for a second there, but Vulge gets that kill instantly. Kits in play. Meant there was no harm, no foul.
He hesitated on the trust factor. Never hesitates on trust.
Yeah, that's true.
When Mango's got you, he's got you.
Fewer arms, I trust more in the country, Tools.
Good opening frag from Wipeout. That's going to send signals of relief to the rest of the squad. The boost towards Banana Blaze. Don't flirt with trouble. Down to 4 HP. Are they going to really... I was about to say, don't go for the boost once more. It was there a couple of rounds ago with low HP. Just
look at the flank though. Oh, Wipeout, perfect timing. I love this initiative on the CT side. Making moves here. Completely unsettling 15AvgGang.
And that opened up a window of opportunity. That's the, what do you call that, blind spots, but still Wipeout. Thicken the thorns of 15AvgGang. Labracore looking for his opponent, and the prawn preak deletes Slowy, unexpecting him to be so low.
Oh
and
no!
Razio takes out the lurk of Wipeout, and immediately the coin flips.
That's a 2 versus 5 that's now descended into a 2v2. Blaze not looking healthy, but nor is Rizo. Looking pretty even here right now as we go into the post-plant situation. Fresh smoke is frustrating here towards Moto. One smoke, excuse me, a flasher for Doru. Both of them going to be working in unison here as they work in towards the bomb side, looking to try and get ahead of the game right now, but Rizo gets the kill, and it's a bait and switch setup being employed here as well.
No one expects this in a million years. Doru high ground, looking for the second opponent, but unbeknownst to him, they're both there. He expects that! Doru! Destined for success! As he evens it up 5-5, my goodness!
That is absolutely insane. insane from Doru. What great game awareness.
What?
Game sense, awareness aplenty, beautiful coming through there from Doru. That second player could have been in so many different places, Tools.
I could have guessed 6 different apartments, shorts, graveyard, behind him.
The thing is there's no way for Doru to win that round unless they are both in mini pit. So I guess he just plays the only option for him to win the round, and he hopes and prays the player's there. And as he jumps up and sees his head, well, he must be the happiest man alive in that moment. What a big clutch coming through from Doru. That's exactly what Bravado needed.
That was ridiculous. And that reignites and invigorates the rest of the squad. You feel that coming through you. When your teammate pulls off something remarkable, that's some other kind of motivation you get to play better, to do better by your teammates. Don't let his success go in vain.
At the same time though, Tools, that was a 5v2 for Bravado that descended into a 1v2. So while it was a great clutch from Doru, shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Factual. Sleepy time for Slowy.
Yeah, good night, sweet prince, as Barry would say.
Immediately, that's the thing. I mean, carrying cross in this round. Vuls left towards this A Sacha. He needs to stand tall and defend. High ground, low ground, from an angle.
Wow.
Bit of BM coming in from
Okay,
Razio,
mid-round even.
Statements.
Don't see that too often. 15AvgGang about to re-secure themselves the lead here.
What I wanted to say there, and that gun run in specific, I get it. You want to take the game to your opponents, but you can't keep re-peeking middle as an AW pair, because in Viet Cong is what a lot of players call it. It's an headshot angle. Doru is going to meet the same fate as his teammates. But what I'm saying is, fight them when the fight's in your control. Control the fights that you take. The point of the CT side is they have to come to you, so you get to decide what angles the fights need to be taken. Yeah, take your initial peek down middle, but if you see nothing, immediately leave, because it becomes a point where it's a 50-50 fight. The CT sides don't take 50-50 fights. You already have the advantage.
Yeah, I'd say Bravado have actually been doing a good job of that so far throughout the half, is dictating the terms on which these fights are being taken. That wasn't the case in the previous round, though. They were peaking individually, first Slowy in middle, then Wipeout afterwards. 5v3 round was pretty much done at that point, and the money will be here for Bravado if they lose this round. Big opening kill there onto Blaze. There was another individual play coming through there, not dictating the terms on which these fights are happening. Peeking behind the smoke there, not really the percentage play you should be looking to make, Tools.
Yeah, but they bolted up this defense with 2 players, it's Slowy and compadre Doru. The success of previous rounds, that's a double kill coming out, and Doru goes down, but at least Slowy is able to retain control of backstage, allowing for a better retake. The boost is fantastic, slowing down the plant. A panic spray comes out, the shotgun almost finishing off Labracore, but no, it's Vuljon. Slowy 2 versus 2, Dotty full HP, so he's the man they're going to be looking at. High ground from Dotty, deletes Slow with that headshot. And Vuljon, MP9, what more can he do? It's too much to ask for. I don't want to put him in the situation, but he still gets the job done. 1 versus 1, 1 bullet, that's all he needs to go down. Dotty repositions beautifully, prawn peaks, and the Algerian lad finishes it off, continuing with that round streak, locking it in. 7-5.
Good fight back there towards the back of the side from Doru, and Slowy holding those angles, able to get the kills. And actually they had the 3 versus 2 on the retake. The problem was the shotgun betrays them. If he has an SMG there, he gets that kill every day of the week. It was actually a really good decision to push through the smoke in that instance, but unfortunately it was just damage and not the kill. And then Vilj had no option but to spray through the smoke there, and that gives his position away in the 1v2.
Still they stood a chance, Matt.
I actually like Dotty's decision to jump back to family there in the 1v1. He knew he had a little window of opportunity. If he had hesitated, it would have closed, but he capitalized.
Repositions, he took high ground, found the player backstage. Immediately taking advantage of that small timing window to create that distance for a better fight.
A full eco now for Bravado Gaming. We saw a resurgence of their CT side at 4 in a row. Now it's going to be aggression with the USPs.
And there we go.
That's a clean up
on L3. 8-5.
Wouldn't want to clean up that mess though, Tools.
Negative.
That's a lot of bodies, man.
You need to hire a team, super clean.
That's it. 8-5. What are you thinking on the half here for Bravado? I mean, 5, I'd struggle to have much confidence in them with only 5 on their CT side here, especially based on what we've seen in their T sides throughout the series and the events in general.
Yeah, look, I've seen more from less, so if you pick up 6 rounds, it's more than accomplishable. All the point of collecting all rounds on the defending side is to give yourself more chance on the attack wipeout, taking the game to them, but once again, it's an isolation. No one there to try and get the trade back or capitalize on the space that he's created. Bulls trying his best to just get some bullets to the smoke, and it's slowly capitalizing on some aggressions coming up from Algeria.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous there from Rizo, hoping he can catch a bit of an opportunity there, phasing through the smoke, but loses his life. Now it's just a basic flash once again to try and get in towards the safe bomb side. Volge able to reposition himself. He has Slowey there to support him. Volge loses his life. Now it's on Slowey to pick up the pieces. Able to stay alive off the back of that gunfight though. Wow, great awareness there from Doddy as he peeks down middle. But Slowey continues to lay down the law here over towards A.
No chance plays there in middle. Let's see. Slowey woke. Gives them opportunity to play that second half 6 rounds. Like I said, the more the merrier. Basically the same if they're able to pick up 7. I'd call that a recoverable half.
Absolutely. I mean, I was worried about 5 at the most would be a difficult scoreline to fight back from, but already a 6 on the board definitely looks a whole lot better. I know it's just 1 round, but even denying your opponents double digits in the first half is always a mental win as well.
Facts.
Money still doesn't look great for BVD though, man. For Mas, a couple for Masters in the mix and an MP9 as well.
Nice. Banana control, Slowey. And that's a team effort.
Exactly. That looks so much better than Blaze just trying to do that by himself.
So, solutions have been had. Rotation. All the way. Evening out the defense once more. Making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted.
I don't like this even one bit from Bravado Gaming in the 5 versus 4. Why on earth would you decide to go for such a big gamble, especially when your B anchor doesn't have that incendiary to buy the time? Now he's been forced back. This is not a good play coming through from Bravado, in my opinion. They've given 15AvgGang a great avenue of entry into this round.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what prompted that call, but now they've lost an extra man. That's back to even Steven. 4 versus 4. It's down to Dory. Gets taken out from higher ground, and they worked so hard to get that advantage. So hard to reclaim that control. Now they're back in from behind Blaze and Wipeout. I mean, Vuljon is able to capitalize and give them back the advantage. Doddy evens it out, 2 versus 2. Just flashbangs left for the toe points for them to go through, but it's Doddy with an AWP. They have to be careful and use those flashes wisely as they move in to try clear it. And that Spike, and we haven't mentioned his name quite recently, as they move in. Vuls needs to stick it, but there we go. 9 rounds on the board for Algeria. But I agree, why on earth would you rotate a player back? I would understand if that decision was made and they had full control of that avenue in Banana.
Exactly.
That's when you rotate 4 players back to that A side.
And then you have an incendiary and a smoke and you're jump spotting, so you get the information only when the T's are coming in Banana, so you know way in advance and you can rotate that extra player across. And especially because they were in the 5v4, even more so makes it unnecessary to go for those gambles.
Agreed. And a lot of people say it's the IGL's responsibility. No, it's the B anchor's responsibility to control his site. You're in charge.
That's the thing, is everyone always relies on the IGLs to make the call, but you have to be your own IGL a lot of the time as well.
100%. All right, on to the second half, 9-6. Bravado, slow and easy, wins the race. They stay close. Slowey reacts quite nicely. A flick of the wrist takes Labrador back to the spectator seat, just like the rest of us. Meanwhile, rotations are being made.
Yeah,
it's off. Smoke on Doru.
Slowey got his Julies for free. What on earth is that jiggle peak? That is disgusting from Vulge. There are children watching this show, man.
And still, seems like they're making the right call. The shot's not landing, and Baze adds to that advantage that they have. Wipeout trying his best, gets the lead to about Razio, but they still have full control of the site, and it's all a ruse. The Wolvesmen pull over their eyes as they head towards that A site, and immediately making rotation. Vild spots both of them. He's going to relay that information. Needs to get out of dodge. He's got his Nikes on, but is it quick enough? And there we go.
Oh,
on a tear. The pistol guard stands strong.
I love the way Slowy plays that round after he gets the opening kill towards the top of Banana. He then falls back and then he re-aggresses in towards the B-bomb site. So even though his teammates get the kills, he still always has that insurance policy with all that information. B-bomb site was open.
Force buy coming out. Quick response. The economic warfare continues. Setups are looking good across the board. Stock standard default coming out, and 2 versus 1. Wipeout will stop his weapon. The quick switch betrays him. At least he's able to get the trade back and resets the defense. Blaze, fantastic headshot into risk off.
Yeah, that's a really big kill coming through there from Blaze. Creates so much space now. Not only that though, but Slowy also in a phenomenal position. So even though Wipeout goes down, there's no way Spiken is going to be expecting the imminent presence. There we go, Slowy able to activate on that big flank. And that should be enough to seal the deal.
And looking at a map like Inferno kind of complements the way Bravado delegate their default. Every part of the map is close enough for all players to respond. We saw towards apps, the double pick the guy and I think far towards the left-hand side. Wipeout responded immediately. They tried to push. Even if Blaze went down, there was a first responder. And the fact that you're able to go about your default and make sure no one's really getting isolated, is able to slowly press forward, take away map control, like a snake, constrict your prey, and suffocate them until they collapse upon a site.
Nine to 8, just one round separating these two teams now. Bravado Gaming continues to claw their way back, now in pursuit of leveling up the scoreline. Down 2-0 in the grand final right now, have to win all 3 of the next maps to crown themselves as kings of African Counter-Strike. Otherwise, it'll be the team from Algeria. They have 3 series maps essentially, Tools. They need to win one of the next 3, including this one. 3 championship maps.
That would be the greatest comeback we've seen in a while, if that is to be the case. Utility, tossed down middle. The usual protocol, spam through the smokes to ensure no one's lurking beyond. Blaze, tossed with Slowy to deal with banana control. Molotov to clear out angles you don't want to be clearing with your rifle. Instant reactor smoke towards middle. Will they anticipate this, Matt?
Yeah, I like this from Bravado though, showing a lot of presence towards the A side of the map, just drawing rotations and keeping players focused there. But they've got other plans in mind right now. These are the rounds that have led to their undoing a few times so far in the series, so a little bit of extra caution being employed.
Looking at this map compared to the others the Algerians have played, you wouldn't think this is their first pick.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Thank you.
They picked it yesterday in the best of 3, and they chose it here to be the 3rd map in the grand final. So, obviously, you know, they think that they've got some stock here on Inferno.
Well, let's see. Molotov to slow them down even further, forced to react towards the B site and beautifully set up. Brazil going for the aggressive play. Weapon is recovered, but I don't think it's enough. This isn't a round that should slip out of the wayside.
No, it's just about making sure that you don't lose any extra players unnecessarily here. Doroof just flexing his muscles. Couple clean kills coming through with the galley. And we're about to have the scoreline leveled up here. I mean, obviously Bravado won the first pistol on Inferno, but it's been a while since they've had a level scoreline deep into the game, Tools. Feels like they've been chasing the match throughout this whole grand final so far. Same was the case on Dust 2. Vertigo as well, but now on Inferno they have the chance here to take control, put the pressure on their opponents for the first time.
Yeah, I need to just keep these weapons alive, keep that economy afloat, and they're able to invest round after round to mount up and attack. But if they keep doing what they're doing, anticipate aggression everywhere. Expect the unexpected.
We'll have a gun round coming through here. No sniper for the CT side, and actually doesn't look fantastic in terms of the weaponry in general. A couple SMGs there. in and amongst the rifles.
And it's pace they choose to go with. They could potentially catch the opponents in transition.
Whoa, this is really fast.
Haste. Oh, but they're moving straight into the trap. Dotty finds one. Another of the A1 deleted by Wipeout. The 2-for-2 traders immediately towards Banana. They try to react, but Blaze is there to catch the falling bird. It's Razio needing to readjust. He's whipping out utility. He's dancing with the devil, and he finds his prey. 1 versus 1 Blaze.
Oh my goodness, there's no telling what's going to happen here either, because Blaze is he's had to completely change up the approach here. As for Raizo, well, he's on a bit of a mission of his own.
He reacted so quickly that he beat the timing that is predicted for the future.
Only seen the Rap God rap faster than that, Tools.
Not today.
Oh no, Raizo.
He finds his prey.
I mean, Blaze is going to be wondering, what on earth is he doing at the top of Banana? He just found him on the opposite side of the map, or he knew he was towards A initially.
But we must give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
15AvgGang, every single player reacts instantly, without hesitation, without doubts whatsoever. And it's impressive.
It did feel like Wipeout should have committed to the wide swing there, because that cost the player in towards middle his life, and maybe a little bit of a bait there that didn't work out.
Yeah, take a favorable duel. I've always said, once you spot it, I've always had this decision where if you're on a 1 versus 1, you never want to lose sight of information. And if you are going to take the duel, take it where you're in control, when you have the wider angle, when you have the elevation. And Wipeout took an angle where his whole body was visible in comparison to his opponent, and he gave away the high ground advantage by swinging from the left-hand side. Yeah, any given day that duel could have gone otherwise, but I don't know, always pick the path of least resistance in my opinion. Because that duel changed everything.
Yeah, Doddy was able to double down off the back of that. Probably shouldn't have gotten more than just the 1 kill. And look at the investment here for Bravado Tools. If they lose this, they're going to find themselves in an awful position, not just in the map, but in the series. 15AvgGang are just 6 rounds away. 6 rounds away from winning the Intel Africa Masters.
Don't say it, Matt. I don't want to hear it now.
Within touching distance, Tools.
Wipeout door already been damaged. Labracore once again opening up the scoreboard, and constant pressure, constant aggression, unexpected. Wipeout wondering how and why, but an MP9 wins an impossible duel. Not only that, they press forward for more information. They're just suffocating them. You would think at this rate they're on the opposite ends, and on top of that, a Lotso frag through the smoke. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong for Bravado.
They've just taken the wound and they've rubbed a whole lot of coarse salt straight in there. This was a full investment from BVD. They haven't even dealt a single point of damage. 3 kills go down at the start of the round, not even a single trade. All 3 of the players on their own mission, trying too much, spread too thin. And we've seen this happen on the maps gone by as well. The same thing happened on Vertigo.
They're losing control of the pace. I mention it time after time. If you feel you're getting overwhelmed by aggression, you step back. You give them the rope to hang themselves.
Might as well tie the noose at the same time.
Yeah.
Slowy left alone, hoping to try and walk out into a vacant A bomb site. Raizo in a great position though. 11-9, no money in the bank here for BVD. 12-9, pretty much for free. Who's going to be the man to stand up? Surely a timeout needs to come through here. Give an opportunity to Detrini to try and give some advice.
They need a Coach Carter speech right now, Matt. Use this eco round perhaps to settle and conform, get on the same page, find a system that would work against their opponents, because Algeria are running rampant and free. Good flashbang, isolated. This should be a free Glock kill here. Overwhelm them even more. Do not stop with the aggression, and they give time to settle, but it's enough. This could run away from 15AvgGang. Things are looking good for BVD, but no, they're squishy. They didn't invest in armor like 15AvgGang do. It's down to Slowy, once again, lost alive. Not much to work with, just bits and pieces. A stone against a rifle, essentially.
12-9. 12-9, they deal with the anti-eco, lose a few in the process, but they don't mind that right now. In a best of 5 Tools, you always feel like the game is so long and you have so many chances to keep fighting back, but that's not the case anymore for Bravado.
Not at all. You want to be picking up one round in between. You want to get that one map after the first, after the second. You got to sneak in yours to prolong the inevitability.
And now they're on the T side. They can't just lock down the defense to try fight back. They're the ones who have to make the moves here. More difficult to make a comeback on the T side than it is the CT side.
100%. All right. 15AvgGang, proactive as ever, spamming, trying to sneak out every bit of an advantage that they can. And let's see, we saw this strategy before. Let's see if it'll work again. Flash comes out and they whip up the choke point. Found the first overwhelmed number. It's Razio standing tall, trying to land those headshots. Where's the support? It's Wipeout with the second, played it up by Rizkov.
Nice.
At long range, Slowly gets the trade, and that's the advantage they get to work with. We haven't seen this in a while. We haven't seen them in the driving seat, but they still have to close it out. The job is far from being done.
That did look a whole lot better from Bravado. They're just working as a unit. Trades are plenty as they get in towards that A-bomb site. Now it's on the captain and IGL. I mean, he would just demolish Bravado single-handedly if he found a way to win this clutch. Great crossfire being set up right now. Wipeout doesn't even need the second part of the setup. He finishes off the job and Bravado live to fight another day.
A key component to the success in that round. Gives them double digits, a bit of hope. But like I said, if you cannot string rounds together consecutively, you're going to have a bad time.
Okay, money doesn't look great for the CT side.
Nice.
Riser looks to try and start the round off with some aggressive plays, but Slowy says, mate, what you thinking?
What doing, bro?
More aggression to follow through off the back of that. Blaze able to adjust in time, though. Will go down afterwards, but his teammates are there to pick up the pieces, but the pieces are scattered everywhere. What a triple kill from Ruskov.
Don't get it.
Oh, that's a huge frag from Volj. Lose that gunfight out, that would be disastrous.
Well, now they have to make decisions. We saw a bit of hesitation there. Dottie, we did highlight him head-to-head with Vuljon as being the impactful players for each respective team, rotating in, understanding what is asked of him. A fresh smoke towards CT will buy them some time. Will he show some respect, FaZe? He pushes right through. He's been identified, so 2 versus 1. Spotted one player anticipating the second towards Banana. He's got a smoke to work with. This could be a spanner in the works. It'll force movement, and it does. As he sits at the second, no! No, Doddy! Destroying all hopes, all dreams. Deflates Bravado as he clutches it out. And once again, 2 versus 1. They've lost 3 so far within one map. It is simply not good enough, Matt.
Didn't even have a kit there, Tools, but it doesn't make a difference. They're able to isolate both of those fights. Finds both the kills in quick succession, and that's devastating for Bravado. Here we get a look at it again. That smoke isolates Wipeout. He decides to go for the swing to try and get the trade, but that leaves him in no man's land.
And it was smartly played. We must give credit where credit is due. He stayed in low ground and popped that smoke down.
Yeah.
So it created that sort of deception that he's probably inside the smoke, and usually you wait for the tap of the defuse, but forget that. They're bubbling right through the middle. Razio is having a field day at the office, trying to be chased down, and Labracor's there for the protection. Blaze finally answers back, but I don't think it's enough. Dottie back to his antics, and there we go, gets a second. Things are looking shining,
and this is not the Bravado that we know, Tools. This is them now being pushed into a corner. They're trying alternative approaches, which I do appreciate, but it's not working. Fighting fire with fire, and they have been burnt.
They need to work smarter, not harder. Not try hit your head against the wall, hoping for a positive result. Your head will crack, not the wall.
And they're just 2 rounds away from cracking and losing the grand final 3-0. Heads in their hands. But Tools, they're still alive. It's not done until you give up. Or your opponents reach that magic 16.
All it takes, Matt, is one round to change the trajectory of what's transpiring. That's it. One round could flip the game on its head. We've seen it year after year. We've seen it team after team, region after region.
Full eco for Bravado. Not a single dollar invested besides Blaze, who had a bit of extra cash, P250 and armor, but not like it creates much of a chance in the round. So this should be a free path to 15-10, which would give them 5 championship points, Tools.
5 championship points. A lot of opportunities to make mistakes too. I thought this was one of the cases where you give hope to take it away, but no. Hope starts to dwindle. A dink, but no dong onto risk off. Glocks all around. We need a miracle right now for Bravado. The stars need to align.
Nobody ever would have predicted this.
Not never. I predicted a 3-2 win, but
yeah,
a 3-0.
Rhizo just inside of them right now. Gutting them from the inside out. 3 kills, could even get the 4th. No, Wipeout ensures that's not the case. At least a little bit of damage, but there we go. Round comes through, 15-10. Backs against the wall now, man.
Man, you need Rocky Balboa at your side, telling you to bring the fire, telling you never to give up.
Problem is, Bravado, they've only won 4 rounds on this T side so far, which included a pistol round win. Now they need to win 5 from here in a row.
All right. Everything has to be perfect. No mistakes can be afforded from Bravado. Doddy probing towards middle, anticipating anyone coming from second middle, pedaling back, exercising some discipline. Banana control shortly will be established. Brackets control firmly in the hands of the Algerians. Decent setup. But I like the pace Bravado are playing at. It bleeds out the utility from the counter-terrorists. Slowly but surely, they move together in unison to take map control. Utility has been dispelled, but could this be the final moments as the fire sizzles them alive? Isolated is Vuljan. He cannot help from brackets. And there we go, Slowly opens it all up. The smoke creating this away. Wipeout gets another. The A side slowly crumbling apart. It's Labracore, your potential MVP. 30 bomb in the previous map. He needs to stand tall. He needs to hold it strong. Spike in, caught on his laces and his blaze. Anticipating the flank.
Yeah, certainly an overplay there from Spike, and his Wipeout pretty much seals the deal in the round. Normally when you're on that big flank, you want to wait for your opponents to be committing to the opposite bomb site before you push so hard on the flank. He had his knife out and he was giving all those audio cues away.
If I am to be honest with you...
Wait, hold your honesty, Tools. The bomb is coming towards the B bomb site. Ruskov is here. There's no time, but Slowy...
Cool, calm and collected.
Breathes a sigh of relief. 15-11.
Okay, we need that 4 more times, and it's not impossible. How I've seen the mythology at which they took brackets control and banana. Things could have gone wrong. And when I was speaking about honesty, that boiler smoke that I think Vuljan was isolated with could have been the unraveling of Bravado. It's so hard to take brackets control when you don't have a player coming out of boiler to hold that deeper angle into a short, to be able to control this top, the elevated bulk boost. So they handle that with caution, with care, slowly open it up, and you close it off too. If you can do that round after round, just 4 more times, for us, for South Africa, Matt.
Well, Tools, if they don't, it's game, set, and match. What a journey it's been. 4 regions, 2 open qualifiers, into a closed qualifier, into the regional finals, into the LAN finals. This has been in the making for 11 months.
It really has been the longest journey for both teams. All culminating to this moment, this map potentially. Beautiful name that will soften the boy up.
Yeah, that's a chunky grenade coming through there. And when you look at the weapons that the CT side have, that could actually be influential in terms of how the gunfights play out.
Again, easy does it. Slow and steady wins the race, and no Doddy. Best Vuljan moves up for the second overextension. But that's good for Bravado. They enjoy that, but at the same time, it's the left-right hook. Traded out, Labracore, proving to be a thorn continuously. But how does the reaction pan out? Looking at the mini-map, it is proving to be favorable for 15AvgGang. It seems they're in control. Recovery state of emergency for South Africa. Stage 3. Spike here.
Oh no.
No, this is the unraveling. No, not like this, Doru. He's been playing well so far, but is it going to be enough? Could this be the final moments, Matt?
He's got the world in his shoulders. He takes down Ruskov, who was on his teammates' shoulders. Doru doing his damnedest, but it's not going to be enough. All the way from Algeria, they come to the bottom of the continent, and they rise to the top of the continent in terms of Counter-Strike. They are the kings. 3-0 fashion, it doesn't get more dominant than that, and they win the lion's share of the $30,000 prize pool. Champions of the Intel Africa Masters.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Matt. Map after map.
The Intel Africa Masters 2022 champions, 15AvgGang. This is what it is all about, the first step in a journey to take our continent to the world. They have done it. North Africa has secured that win, and Bravado Gaming, a 3-0 loss. Yesterday it looked like they potentially were going to take it. This is what we want though. We should be excited. This is the competition we've been waiting for here in Africa.
I agree with you 100%. Today, South African Counter-Strike has been humbled. We are in fact not the best continent, not the best country on the continent at the game of Counter-Strike. This will send shockwaves. This will alert the rest of the players on the servers watching on Twitch that we need to step our game up. This isn't good enough. And I've always had that sentiment at the head. We need to rise above the rest. And today was an indication that it's not, we need to pull our socks up, Matt.
Yeah, I mean 16-11, 16-12, 16-11, a couple close maps there for Bravado, but not able to get any of them across the line. You can see a few smiles on the faces right now.
We can talk about the unfortunate loss that Bravado has suffered, but what I want to focus on is the fact that 15AvgGang came in here powerful, hungry. Even when they were winning, they were not happy with their performance. I spoke to them, they've come off the stage and they were like, that was not good enough. A win was not good enough. They came in today with focus, with drive. They knew what they wanted, and that aggressive play style we saw from them, they dominated when they were on the CT side. When they were on the terrorist side, they had all the communication they needed, and this is what makes a champion, as they've proved today.
Yeah, what was crazy is just how comfortable they were throughout the day as well. Seemed like they were playing without pressure throughout that entire grand final. In between the second and the third map, they were on video calls with their family members. They were looking and really, really relaxed, you know. So yeah, great that they backed themselves and they came up and provided the performance necessary today.
Yeah, straight up outplayed, out-mechanically, destroyed on map after map. I thought Inferno could be where things turn, but unfortunately not.
We can see them celebrating there. We're just getting Chloe ready so we can actually chat to the winning captain. This is what it's all about. Intel has made sure that they have powered African Counter-Strike. They are bringing it to the world. That $30,000 prize pool is being distributed between these teams, but of course, it is 15AvgGang that is going to take home the lion's share. You can see them celebrating now. We're getting ready to chat to them. I am so hyped about this. Our first winners. Chloe is now on the stage with the captain. Chloe, the vibe there must be amazing.
I'm so glad to be here. This is absolutely amazing. The energy is amazing. I'm here with Rizo. Rizo, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. Every time I talk to you, my voice is gone. Like, this is not the first time. But as a team, we're extremely happy. As a country, we're extremely happy. As a region, we made North Africa proud. We got the trophy home. This was our dream from the beginning. When we came to South Africa, our goal was to pick up the trophy, was to make everyone proud. There was a lot of people doubting us, but we won.
You won, absolutely amazing. What were you expecting coming into this today? Because you guys, something happened where you just absolutely dominated. You should be incredibly proud of yourself. What was the thinking behind that?
Yesterday, we didn't play to our level. We were honest when we went back to the hotel, we talked to one another. We knew this was not our level. We played against so many better teams in Europe. We did so much better against them. We knew this was not our level. We had a talk, we had a conversation with one another. We came today focused, we came for the trophy, and we got it.
Absolutely amazing. And what is next for you guys? What's next after this?
Our next goal is to keep competing. We're going to keep competing, we're going to try our best. We're going to aim for Europe, because Europe is It's like the trilogy of gaming. We need to play it in European competitions, but sadly, North Africa as a country, as a nation, as a region, is always abandoned. We really hope this tournament is gonna change that. They're gonna look at us, they're gonna know there's a level in North Africa and South Africa. They're always gonna give us sports for qualifications.
Absolutely. Any word for Africa Intel Masters, organizers?
We're extremely thankful. Like, this is a chance that happens once in a lifetime. This doesn't happen every time. I'm extremely sorry I can't talk. This doesn't happen every time. They give us the chance to shine. They give the chance to a lot of countries, Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, North Africa, the region. We're extremely thankful. We're extremely thankful for them.
And so humble as well. Thank you so much, Rizo. I'm going to take it back to the desk. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Chloe, actually, I came here because we don't want to go back to the desk.
There you are. Hi.
Hey, I think you should speak to the captain of Bravado as well.
Thank you for saving me.
They came second, so why don't we get
Okay, let's get Slurry. I did tell Slurry to be on standby, and then I thought we were going back to the desk, but we are back here. Slurry, please join me again on stage. I've chatted to you so much throughout this competition because you've actually been incredible. Your leadership, amazing. So proud. You should be incredibly proud of yourself. I want to ask you how you're feeling right now.
I'd say like a little bit disappointed that we weren't even able to take a map, but I think the quality that we showed today wasn't near what we showed yesterday. I think we went straight into this final with, I wouldn't say intimidation, but trying to play too much to counter them and not play our own style in that kind of sense.
Okay, any words for the winners today?
Oh, they played amazing. Every single idea, every single strategy that they pulled off, it was like min-max to perfection. So that's why they were the ones that walked away with the W today.
Very humble. I think you guys performed amazingly. You made us in South Africa very proud. Let me not speak for myself. I'm asking questions here. But you should be incredibly proud of yourself. And, we expect great things from Bravado as per usual. And yeah, any words for Africa Intel Masters organizers?
I would say that they did an amazing job with this entire stand. All the computers have been running like great PCs and stuff like that. We really appreciate reaching out to our side of the pond, I would say, just to make sure that we get the opportunity. The opportunity is always great. Also, the opportunity to play against different kind of organizations, different kind of teams and stuff like that. So we really appreciate it. I also want to shout out to our sponsors, Dell, Intel, and Alienware for everything that they've done for us. The boot camp was great, and I'm really happy for to at least show what Bravado can look forward to.
So speaking of which, what is next for Bravado?
At the moment, I think it's ESCA. So we're definitely aiming to win that, but then after that, we'll see. I think we'll see what the next tournament is, and we're planning on winning that one.
So humble, so great to talk to you. Slurry, thank you so much. And I think we take it back to somewhere else.
I'm going to come back. Slurry, thank you so much. Well done to Bravado Gaming, to everyone else that is here. This is the fun part.
Okay.
This is the bit where we get to give everyone prizes, Chloe.
We stay on stage. Got it.
You're staying with me. We're going to hang out. Have you had a good time, your first Counter-Strike event?
I have had an amazing time. Definitely a learning experience. I've learned so much from you guys. Absolutely honored to be here. It's been fantastic. So exciting, so fun.
Because Counter-Strike is Bay. If you're watching in the chat, I'd love it if you could spam. I know that this is always a bit weird for you because everyone here gets to have some fun. But this is important because we're celebrating an African champion. Everyone in the crowd, I'm going to ask you now to make as much noise as possible because we're going to be handing out a bunch of awards. There we go. That's very nice. Thank you. My favorite part about this, Chloe, is the chat can't hear the noise, so they just think we're cringy. I'd like to now introduce the managing director of the South African tournament organizer Medal States, Barry Lazada. He's coming up on the stage. And he's going to be handing out our MVP CSGO Intel coins. These are really rad silver coins. Do a little hand model there for us to the camera, Barry. Chloe, very pretty coins as well. You can take a look. You and I can steal them very soon.
They are gorgeous.
And I think what we've done is we've got an MVP for each game that we've seen because we've obviously had 4 games during these finals. So do you want to introduce our first MVP?
I would love to introduce our first MVP. First game, Bravado versus Outlaws. We have Vilge.
Make some noise for him, ladies and gents. Well, you're going to have to pose with your coin, my friend. This is how it works. They're going to want you with Barry. Lots of posing. Off you go. This is fun for everyone watching at home. This is the best part. They get to watch everyone take photos of other people.
The behind the scenes while we chat away here.
We're just going to chat randomly while Barry and Vilj pose. There we
Great
go.
shots, great shots.
Our second MVP, of course, it was from the Bravado Gaming versus 15AvgGang group stages where Bravado actually won. So make some noise for Doru. It's always fun for everyone at home.
Third game of the competition, we had Outlaws versus 15AvgGaming, and we have Rizo, captain of 15Average. Average gang.
This is the best one. Oh, don't drop it on the floor. I'm gonna just take it and claim it as my own then, man. You don't want it? I'm just joking. Don't be afraid of me. Final MVP. This is the big one. Obviously, the grand finals today. The player that popped off. Before we announce who it is, I just want to do a big shout out to our two casters and analysts. They've been choosing the MVPs, but they've done a phenomenal job throughout this competition. LighteRTZ and HazE, please make some noise for them. As well as the amazing observing from Pin. He's brand new to Counter-Strike observing, and he has done an incredible job bringing you all the action at home. And here, they have chosen your MVP for the grand finals, and it is from 15AvgGang, Lambda Call. I didn't even have to tell Barry to get off technically his stage. He did it all on his own.
He ran.
Chloe, the first time we've seen the Intel Africa Masters, so great to be back at Rage. We need to do it again, right?
Absolutely. It's been so exciting. I think we didn't even know what we're missing until this weekend, right?
I do love how we're now going to fight with the gents overhead. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit of rubbish, because everyone at home, I want you to celebrate this moment, just because I'm kind of concerned that you can't hear anything I'm saying with this gent talking over us. So it's a little bit weird for the chat.
It is, yeah, it is a little strange.
This is a big moment, so I really don't want to ruin it with the guy overhead. I think he's heard me, so he's shut up. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're definitely going to hold out until we know it's clear.
Okay, so we've got the all go. It is clear. So I would like to now introduce the Intel Country Manager for South Africa, Nitesh Dulab. Please come up to the stage. Thank you from all of us Counter-Strike fans for making this possible. It's phenomenal. You have brought Counter-Strike, all of Africa together. And now, to everyone watching at home, to everyone here in the stands, it is our great privilege to introduce. He's going to say thank you to everyone as well, so I'm not going to do this, Chloe. You and I are just going to chat a bit.
We're just going to keep chatting. Yeah, we can do that.
There's a lot of people behind the scenes that make this possible, a lot of admins, a lot of production. So here we go. Your 2022 Intel Africa Masters champions,
15AvgGang!